Hi, it's Dwyer, GamblersAdvisory.com, here with some last-minute thoughts on Amir Khan's upcoming match later today against Lamont Peterson in Peterson's hometown of Washington, D.C. But before I go further, just remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Now, to the gamblers, my core crowd, let me say I agree with you. This line's a joke. Neither fighter should be an overwhelming favorite in this fight. In fact, there are many people in the know who have very different opinions. Robert the Ghost Guerrero, who Juan Manuel Marquez dodged for over a year. Marquez wouldn't fight him even though Guerrero was his mandatory challenger. People need to look that up. He believes that Peterson pulls the upset. He believes that Peterson wins a narrow decision and overcomes a fast start by Amir Khan. By contrast, Timothy Bradley, who fought Peterson and who Khan wants to fight, believes that Amir Khan wins the decision. Here's how I see it. You know, in basketball, we understand the concept of shooting range, right? Some guys just know how to score from outside, right? Not just outside two-point range, they're three-point shooters. They can hurt you from way outside. Defense under the basket, designed to stop a low-post scorer, doesn't work against an outside shooter, particularly one with speed and accuracy. Now let's say you're the defender. You were all set up to play a guy, a Dwight Howard type inside, and instead this guy's killing you with three-point shots, and you decide, okay, I'm going to go outside and D him up outside by the three-point line. And let's say when you step outside, you then learn that the guy, quite frankly, moves better than you do. Right? He's over here. He's like Reggie Miller from the three-point line. He's over here. He's over there. You're chasing him. He has a quick release. He's still able to get the shots off. Even worse, as you come forward, he has the faster feet than you in addition to the quickness advantage. He has the faster feet than you. An explosive first step. He can literally get by your defense and drive to the basket, right? That's the dilemma, in my opinion, that Lamont Peterson faces in this fight. And I believe that is why, even before his hometown fans, why I believe Peterson loses this fight, he might even lose the fight by KO. I'm expecting a big Amir Khan win for 4 reasons. The first is what I call length, right? It's the secret, quite frankly, or at least one of the secrets to the success of both Klitschko brothers, right? Just like a three-point shooter doesn't have to come inside to score on you in basketball, Amir Khan doesn't have to come inside to score on you in boxing. He can deliver punishment from way outside, right? He knows how to use his height. He knows how to deliver not just volume from way outside, but power, right? And he's a guy who, if you look at his fight against Paulie Malignaggi, is able to hit you with a very good jab systematically to literally keep you from getting close to him, right? So this is like trying to D up a very accurate three-point shooter from under the basket, right? It's very hard to do. The other problem, the second problem Peterson's going to have, in my opinion, is the foot speed advantage that Khan has. Now let's talk about foot speed. Foot speed's not just being able to go from here to there, right? It's actually able to keep your balance moving around and to actually execute your game plan while you're moving, right? It's not a foot race. It's literally a race of how fast can you go while still being competent. I think that here, Amir Khan has a huge advantage. I'm expecting Amir Khan to be able to circle Peterson for much of the fight. And I'm expecting Peterson to have a problem with Amir Khan's lateral movement. Let me also point out, Peterson is, in my opinion, at a quickness disadvantage, right? Amir Khan not only handles you from range using length, right? But Amir Khan also is very fast. And what that quickness advantage allows Khan to do is, in between Peterson punches, Khan, who is an ambush fighter, can then jump inside, throw a combination, then jump back outside, right? He has that first step. So, Peterson, I get the feeling, is going to be following Khan around the ring. He's going to be getting turned by Khan, and Khan then is going to be able to jump in, throw a combination, then get back outside while maintaining distance by using his jab. In other words, after Khan jumps in, roughs you up, then jumps back outside, when you try to follow him as he jumps back outside, he has the jab to keep you off of him, right? And let me point out, Khan's quickness extends to his coordination in throwing combinations. When he jumps in, he's not that sloppy, right? He jumps in, he throws a combination, he's pretty accurate with it, unless you know how to bend at the waist like Paul McCluskey did, right? I don't think Lamont Peterson has that type of defense. I think Peterson is a guy who, up close, is able to block shots with his arms and try to counter you. I don't think he's the kind of waist bender that Paul McCluskey is. Doesn't have that sense of balance. Let me also point out, too, that balance isn't something you can just readily pick up, right? All of us have a different sense of balance. When you see guys who really know how to bend at the waist and who really know how to fight short, especially against a guy who uses length as well as Amir Khan. In other words, if you find a guy who can get low and use his opponent's length against him, understand that that guy just naturally walks around with better balance than most people, right? James Toney, even today, just naturally bends at the waist and doesn't get dizzy, doesn't end up discombobulated. He always knows where he is. I don't believe Lamont Peterson has that level of balance. Finally, let me point out the wild card in all of this: power. Amir Khan hits awfully hard. He jumped in on Marcus Maidana, hit Maidana with a body punch. The punch was so hard that it took Maidana a second to feel it, and when he felt it, he fell to the canvas, right? Khan is one of the harder punchers at 140 and 147 pounds, right? I know he's just getting to 147, but let's just say I have confidence in Amir Khan's punching ability. He's able to take guys out. Dimitri Salida, take a look at that film. You're going to see an eager opponent get dispatched by Amir Khan in, I believe, the first round, right? Khan can hit you from distance with bombs. He's the puncher in this fight. I believe you always have to be aware of Amir Khan's power, because since he has the foot speed advantage and since he's the dominant fighter from range, right? You know, if it's a three-point shooting contest, the three-point shooter is going to beat the low post player most of the time, right? Since Khan is dominant from range, the dynamic that emerges is that his opponents usually have to try to follow him around the ring after they lose the early rounds. Just be aware that if Amir Khan wanted, he could set his feet and get off devastating punches as you come forward to follow him around the ring. You know, let me just say this too. Power creates an unlevel playing field. When a guy has a heavier punch than his opponent, and both of them land the same amount of punches, you can imagine the heavier puncher is going to have the advantage. Well, here, couple that with a hand speed advantage that Amir Khan has, and you see what Lamont Peterson is up against, right? I think that there is a movement and distance dynamic in this fight that greatly favors Amir Khan. I think by the 6th or 7th rounds, if the fight's going the way I think it will, Khan should be up big on the cards, and Peterson should be getting progressively more desperate. And as Peterson lunges in on Khan, Khan should be able to then start anticipating the lunge and start loading up on his punches. I like Amir Khan in this one. I'm with Timothy Bradley. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments for me here on YouTube. Visit us at gamblersadvisory.com. Thanks for watching.